Welcome back. This week we will do something interesting, and it is import export analysis of a certain country. And for me, I will choose India, and the products that we choose uh, will be of my interest, and you can choose it depending on your interest. And the overall question is, why do you want to do that? And well, it doesn't really uh, serves a very particular purpose, like that you will get a certain understanding of a certain very specific thing, but rather you will get a bigger picture. Like, if you are working in, let's say, um, I don't know, semiconductor, or maybe it can be, let's say you are working in a food processing industry. So and a lot of finished product, like, let's say coffee is a very popular commodity in Western world. And so how your country and the relation between your country and the outside world, all the country outside, how the import export relation is there in terms of coffee, let's say you want to understand. I mean, I'm just taking an example. And from there, since you are uh, food processing expert, you want to understand that, and on top of that, you want to I mean, in a broader sense, what I'm trying to say is that you understand what is the demand in the local market, inside your country, and what is demand outside, which country is importing from your country, or vice versa. And of course, uh, I mean, to build a business or some startup or whatever it is, it takes more than that, of course. But at least it will give you a simplistic picture that what are the things that are mostly exported from your country to other countries, and depending on your interest, which I mean, so it's a simple thing to know, and I thought it would be useful for everyone in the community. So I'm making a video here. And let's get started then. So first question is that, as I said, what will be the products that you want to or I want to do the import export analysis. And of course, since I work in medical imaging, and specifically radiation based medical imaging, so I choose like some, I mean, I can choose a very specific thing, because it won't be easy to get the exact data for that specific thing, because that's not how it works, or at least what was that is my perception right now, time being. So I choose like ultrasound imaging system, the machine, the MRI machine, computed tomography apparatus. So here, computed tomography, maybe it is CT as well as maybe PET spect, who knows, I don't know, X-ray tube, and apparatus based on alpha, beta, gamma, and other ionizing radiation, instrument and apparatus measuring, detecting ionizing radiation, and all these things. So yeah, apart from medical use, of course, these might contain the educational purposes also. But okay, so first we need to understand that there is an international body which decides, which assign something called HS code for each product. For example, and I will, after this slide, I will show you the particular website and and other thing also. So HS code for ultrasound scanning, or sorry, to be specific, ultrasonic scanning apparatus. So I believe that's ultrasonic, it's same. It's 9018.12. That's the HS code. For example, for MRI it is 901813. For computed tomography apparatus, 902212. Similarly for other. So that is what the HS code is, and you need to know this, otherwise you can't do anything here. Now, moving ahead, so now where do you get the import export data? And in my case, since my country is India, so I will go to the something called Ministry of Commerce and Industry website of India. And there, again, after this slide I will show all those things also. And but just to remind you, in your case I hope there will be, of course, similar website, and how you'll get the data, that would be a little bit different, but I think similar format will be available where you will get the import export data and something like that. So yeah, so let's see the websites now. So now I'm going to quickly show you how to, first how to get the HS codes for the products. So this is the website for World Customs Organization, and if you search in the website somewhere, you'll find HS nomenclature 2022 edition, and I think there might be the recent edition also. I'm not really sure, but you can go into whatever you like, and here you will see a lot of different section containing products of different types, and so depending on your choice you can always go choose which product you like. And maybe I will just take my example here. Okay, just a minute. Okay, yeah, so I'll take this one, and so this is the, you can see the title here: optical, photographic, cinematographic, measuring, checking, precision, medical or surgical instruments. So in my case I'm interested in medical and surgical instrument, and let's see. And this is, it will open a PDF file, and there if you scroll down you'll see these are the HS codes, and depending on your interest you can choose whatever you like. So let's see this category 9018, it contains a lot of products like medical stuffs like electrocardiographs, ultrasound, US devices, MRI, scintigraphic, yeah, etc, etc. So now depending on your country, each country in generally they have some not e-commerce, the commerce website. So in case of India, it's this is the main website, the website for Ministry of Commerce and Industry. And okay, yeah, so this is the main website, how it looks like. And yeah, it contains a lot of functionalities, but I'm interested in trade statistics. So if I click on here, and I will go into export import data bank annual, and this will lead me to particularly this website. And here you will see export in the left side, import in the right side. And yeah, now you see a lot of categories, and depending on, and you can use various category to get focused data. So I will start with the commodity wise simple category, simple way of generating data. And so I'm interested in this category 9018. So if I put that here, and let's put it in USD so that one can get a more understanding, common understanding that what is the prices, so yeah, so let's search, and so here it will give you the total price. And if you click here, you will get the more detailed view, like for example, MRI machines that had been exported out of India in this 2023-2024 of this much USD amount, one or close to 150 USD million USD amount had been exported out of India. And now more interesting would be to go here and check not maybe this one, yeah, all countries, so where it is going. So can we say something about that? 2018. And now the point is, maybe we will not be able to sort this exactly into MRI, but you can, and for all you have to see, you will get the data, but not exactly for MRI, but you can read it here. Mostly these are not very high-end products. I mean, MRI is a high-end product, certainly it's a very complex product, but a lot of things like stethoscopes, yeah, I'll just read it, electrocardiographs. I don't think these are very high-end products. Linear ultrasound scanner, other electrodiagnostic apparatus, magnetic resonance imaging apparatus. This is certainly a high-end product. And scintigraphic apparatus, electroencephalographs, echocardiograms, other electrodiagnostic apparatus, ultraviolet infrared ray apparatus, structure, and then cardiac catheter, tonometer, etc., stethoscopes, surgical needles, etc., baby incubator, endoscopes, laparoscope, fibroscope, etc. So you'll get the feeling these are basically medical products. And now the question is, where does this the total export amount we had seen here, yeah, 2020, this year, financial year, the total exported amount is 1418. Okay. And where does this go mostly? So here you'll see country-wise division, and here, of course, maybe I'll try to sort according to no, I don't think that's possible. Anyway, I'll just quickly give you where exactly mostly this export is going. So Algeria 15 billion, Belgium 39 million, Brazil 68 million. So I'm just reading you, giving you the more than 10 million country, 10 million data points, and yeah, you understand my point. And China 57 million, France 34 million, Germany 83 million. So these are export out of India. And 15 million, Iraq 12 million, Italy 29 million, sorry, Japan 10 million, and let me see, Mexico 21 million, Nepal 15 million, Netherlands 97 million. Okay, yeah, that's a small country and a lot of export. I wonder why. Anyway, let me see, Poland 10 million, Russia 28 million, Saudi Arabia 10 million, Singapore 38 million, Spain 16 million, Sri Lanka 11 million, Tanzania 11 million, Turkey 49 million, UAE, United Arab Emirates 87 million, UK 19 million, and USA, you'll see 276 million. That's a lot of, okay. So that's the, so you can see, first of all, you can see that USA here is the highest importer of these products from India. Now, point being that so these are not very high-end products, and in generally, due to I mean, the way the globalization works is like, the high end products are designed and manufactured, maybe, and generally nowadays everything is manufactured in China, but in generally the companies where the design happen, for the high end products is only mostly dominated by US, Europe, and maybe now China also. But this is a category of product. These are, I mean, MRI is, of course, is a high-end products, and of course I know some companies in India, they make MRI machine, and but other than that, mostly these are small scale products, and certainly these are finished product, and you can see. So it's not a what I'm trying to mean is not a surprise that, that the European countries and US and China also importing these things from India, because that's how it works actually. The globalization makes this thing happening, makes this thing happen, like the it's not profitable to manufacture low end products into developed countries, because there the cost of labor and various other things increases, that's the reason. So anyway, so I'm not really an economist, but at least this basic thing I know. So that's how I get my data. And in your case, in your country, you need to go to your own commerce website and hopefully you'll find. But then HS code certainly is an international thing, so you'll be able to find whatever you want, and depending on your interest, so it contain all the things. And the only problem is you might not be able to pinpoint into the exact product that you are interested in for entrepreneurship, but certainly you will get some idea. And yeah, so yeah. Okay, so at first we will study the import-export analysis of products with HS code 9018, and here I have given all the details. I mean, what exactly the products that are given. So basically, HS code 9018 contain it's a basically category, and then in that category there are a lot of other products, and of mostly it is it's a medical stuffs, like for example, if I just read it through the main one, for example, electrocardiographs, linear ultrasound scanner, magnetic resonance imaging apparatus, echocardiograph, cardiac catheter, blood pressure instrument, surgical bone saw, drill, etc., surgical forceps clamp clip, etc., blood transfusion apparatus including plastic container bags, ENT precision instrument. ENT means eye, nose, and throat. For example, endoscope, heart lung machine, baby incubator, and various other things, stethoscope, etc. So so you get the feeling that this is a category where I would say the high end product is the only maybe MRI and maybe ultrasound scanner, and most of the things are not very I mean, price wise not that high, should not be, maybe may not be high. I just, I'm not an expert on this thing, but seems like. And yeah, and so we will see, how. So the way we will okay, so we'll see in the next slide. So now here I rather than focusing on all the country over the world, so I just focused on main 20 countries. I would not say the main in a sense like it's not like top 20 countries where export import happen, because that's not an easy thing to determine. Depending on the products it can change, but more or less I try to pick an interesting group of countries where, for example, I have a lot of country from Europe, because I know that a lot of import export happen from there. And also, of course, USA and UK is there, Japan, Korea from this side is there, and certainly Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam in the Southeast Asia, and Singapore is there, UAE in the Middle East, that's also there, Russia is also there, Turkey is there, Singapore and all this. So, and Brazil, that's also I took Brazil. So more or less I try to cover the whole world. Each continent something. Maybe I should have taken Australia, but anyway, it's okay. So these are the 20 countries for which I will give you the data import export for certain particular group of products with the HS code that we mentioned, and we'll try to see how the graphs looks like, and that's the whole purpose of this video. Now here, this is the bar plot for products with HS code 9018. That means the products that we mentioned in previous slide, where it's basically MRI, ultrasound, and then lot of other medical products, the electrocardiogram, stethoscope, etc. And this is how it looks like. So the blue is basically import tally or import bar and the import data, and the red is the export data. And here you can see first two big players are, of course, as usual, the USA and China, and in both cases you can see of course that there is a trade deficit. That means there is much more import than export, and it makes sense, I think, because India is not really a big manufacturing hub, as you can understand, and specifically in the manufacturing, and maybe in services there are a lot of things, but not in the manufacturing. So anyway, but important to notice here that in case of China, it is the import is like more than 500 million USD, and the export is just little over 50 million USD. That means 10 times more more import than export, and whereas this is not so bad in case of USA, where half is the ratio is half, I can see roughly. And there are also Germany in the Europe is a big manufacturing hub, you can see, but there also we maybe 1/3 we export there, 1/3 of the price we export. So and of course Singapore is there. So the only trade surplus cases are Brazil, Russia, UAE, Turkey. Yeah, these are the 4 countries, and I think that also makes sense. That in generally Russia is not basically mineral rich country, and they export most of the oil and gases. So so and of course other countries. So Brazil, of course, is still developing country, so it makes sense. But so that's how it looks like, and so you get the feeling, and actually purpose of making this video, and in your case you can make this same plot for your desired product. So right now I'm working on, this particular category is 9018 is the medical equipments like MRI, ultrasound, and various other small scale low price medical equipment. So so it's not really good graph as far as India is concerned. So but anyway, so that's good to know. Now let's come down to The other category of products 9022, which contain computed tomography apparatus, other apparatus for dental uses, X-ray generator and apparatus non-portable, and various other thing, for example other X-ray machine for medical uses, apparatus based on alpha, beta, gamma radiation for medical, surgical, dental, veterinary uses, including radiography apparatus, X-ray tube, radiation beam delivery units, X-ray examination or treatment table chair or like. Yeah, various things. And but I think we can say complete tomography, most probably it contains CT, and I don't know whether SPECT and PET scanners like that, whether it belongs to that category or not. It's hard to say. Can be, but we are not sure. But that at this time I can do that much. I can say, I mean, I don't have the other, I mean, any other strategy to, to get more precise data. For example, I would like to see the high-end product, like, okay, so for MRI, if I can do exactly that, that's not possible in my website, in our website. I mean, I don't know actually how to do that, so that would have been great. But anyway, so let's see how the data looks like now. So here you can see the data here, and that's almost similar. China and USA are big player here, the two major superpower and manufacturing hub, certainly China and USA also, because this is a category I would believe that it's more about high ticket products, like highly priced high-end products like computed tomography, etc. So those has to be more pricey. So and hence USA is also there. I mean, USA is always there for all the categories, I would say. uh, and of course Germany is there, and Netherlands is there, very much so. I think it's a category where SPECT and PET, all this belongs to, most probably. And Singapore is there. So a lot of entrepreneurial activities and businesses happen in Singapore. It's a very much developed country, I would say. And UK is there, the old superpower. So and here and of course Japan is there very much, and South Korea is there also. So in that side, Japan, China, South Korea are the countries to look for. In Europe, I would say, of course, starting with Germany, France, Netherlands, and Switzerland to some extent, maybe. I don't know about other. And sorry. And yeah. And here the of course, as usual, here the more is imported than exported. Export prices are not that. And the flip happens for Brazil, Russia, Turkey, maybe UAE, and Thailand, and all these things. So as usual, the same pattern. And so again, so it makes sense that these high-end products would be made in the developed countries, and that's what we see here. So, and of course, here I'm giving you the financial year also. So it's actually not very old, it's very much recent. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, so that's it about the presentation and the video. And okay, of course, these are the websites. So first is the e-commerce, or not e-commerce, the Ministry of Commerce and Industry website of India, from where I'm taking the data. And of course, this is the website for HS codes, second one. And yeah, so that's it all about the video, and I hope you like it. And so it's not really to the specific something I'm concluding, but rather I'm giving you some tools, to just depending on your interest. And of course, if you are an academic researchers, in generally the research fields are so much highly segmented that you generally only work on certain, let's say, MRI, and even not within MRI you work on, let's say, certain subfield of MRI, etc., etc. But that's not I mean, you can't get that much precise data, at least in Indian website. Indian case it's not possible, but you will get some understanding. For example, you get understanding that most of the high ticket products, highly priced products are made from the high developed countries, and that's the reason of globalization and all these things. So all the globalization, for me, is a phenomena where all the gradually the more country get developed, the higher valued products making happens there, and the low end products get shifted to other countries, nearby countries. Where, so for example, in case of, I think, India, I think a lot of textile products, good brands are are there in India, but then those are made in Bangladesh right now, because the cost of various raw material, or not raw material, but I think the labor cost and etc. are cheaper in Bangladesh. That's a simple example I'm giving you, but I'm not an expert in this thing, but you get the idea here. So anyway, so that's it all about the video. See you in next week. Bye bye.